Bigger monitor so you can see it go off. And cut me out.
So excited.
So if I have a fact?
Yeah.
So you know. You grew.
Oh.
I just learned stuff that I'm not given like in work stuff or life.
And Dad, because
Great photo, Sasha. There's the difference between the way Rachel is for photos and Sasha's like, wow.
I also decided to button up because I have a lot of sweat on my t-shirt. I don't want the internet masses seeing my perspiration.
Shirt.
Well, see, I was at, didn't mean to brag, but I was at a soiree before I got here.
oh,
My buddy's turned 30.
Kara's first. It can be 29 too.
What genre is everybody else's actually?
You know my fact.
I know.
Oh, I know your
That's my fact. I'll think of it.
Yeah, we're ready. Yes, ready, super ready. Hi, hello. Wow, I think we are live.
The crowd is roaring.
Oh my gosh, stop it, everyone.
Wait till the crowd hears what we do. Hi, I'm Shem, and this is my basement. And then normally what we do is we do like a little show where we like improvise little stories about people's dates, and then do like a little movie. But it's just tough out there dating. It's a bad world, and the movie industry is in like a lot of problem, and we were worried that people would come watch this show instead of going to the cinema and watching Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. And I really think everyone should like see that movie. So in lieu of improvising a movie, we're going to be sharing some like fun facts. I brought my wonderful friends, and we're going to be improvising scenes based on those fun facts, and then we'll go. Like that's what will happen. So we'll go. To be honest,
We will depart.
I live here, so I'm going to stay. But
I was like, Shem, where are we going?
as far as you're concerned, we'll go. Like we'll disappear from your ether and consciousness. What I'm going to do now,
We might stay with them for the rest of the time.
Harsha, wait. I'm going to introduce. I'm going to do like a zoom in, and you can see my lovely friends. Going from hat to hatless. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Chloe. I'm Hat.
I'm Rachel. I don't have a hat on.
I'm Harsha. I typically have a helmet on. Safety first.
I'm Lindsay.
Great. No comment on the hat situation.
I want it to be a mystery. I put on an imaginary hat of my choosing to become the persona I wish every day.
Oh, that's
And that's why I didn't say anything.
Wow, but see how much better it was when they poked you for detail. So yeah, I'm going to sit here, so I'm the most in frame, which I think is important. And then I could like grab a pretend microphone and then like fake interview you, but I tire on the pretense. What I also was going to ask is, Chloe, first of all, do you know who Fred Durst is?
I was going to say yes confidently, but that is Robert Durst, the murderer in Real Estate. Is Fred Durst a drummer?
I like how Robert Durst from the Jinx has become the predominant Durst of your generation. In my time, Fred Durst was the frontman from Limp Bizkit.
I said drummer, so I was the opposite.
You're fine. But if the frontman stood to the side, you would see the drummer.
To the back and then gaying away.
He's the front of the back.
But Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit famously would always like wear a red baseball cap. That was like his trademark until the previous president stole it. Like up until for all of history, as long as I've been alive, red baseball caps were Fred Durst's territory, and then got deposed by the previous regime. And now maybe you're taking it back. So
Reclaim it, Chloe.
Reclaiming it.
All you have to do is murder your wife, and then you can
Only
unite
I
both
had a
deaths.
wife.
No, we're gonna find the life-size cutout of Kristen Stewart.
I have I once heard that the origins of the band name Limp Bizkit, which I was told are as a 14-year-old are aggressively not worthy of being told to a 14-year-old. But I don't know if it's true or not.
I would say, knowing what they are, that those are the kinds of things that are only worth telling to 14-year-olds.
See, it's right.
Like, as you tell them to like people who are like older, they're like, why are people like this? But when you're 14, you're like, oh yeah.
No, when I was 14, I was like, I don't want that much DNA anywhere near me.
It's like it's a public school boy game where you like jizz on a biscuit and the last person to
I
come
was very
has to eat the
uncomfortable
biscuit.
saying that.
Oh, you can talk about masturbating. It's cool.
But if you
Harsha, it's always fine.
Each other.
it's communal.
Lyle.
It's communal masturbating, which I'm uncomfortable with.
That's okay. I mean, set your own boundaries. I love it.
Communist masturbating
It's communist
is
masturbating. That I'm fine with.
Is it
That I'm
Every
fine
Monday.
with.
That would be
Is
a
it limp biscuit, meaning the biscuit is now limp because it's full of jizz?
Yes.
That's what I was
Okay.
told.
It's known as the soggy biscuit game in the UK.
Is a biscuit like a cookie,
Yes,
not like
like a
a?
cookie.
I was imagining like.
No.
Like some
A
fried
sizable-
bread.
I was like a full KFC.
Oh my god, how much steam has to be on that to make it limp? Oh no! No, you ruined cinnamon rolls for me.
And then from that era, Pearl Jam is also a sexual reference.
Really?
Yeah, for also jizz. Like
Like
there's
on a
lot-
necklace?
Mm.
Like not on a necklace, but on your
Oh.
decolletage.
a décolletage, yes.
Okay. I have an email to myself with no subject. The content is just decolletage because I heard someone say it and I wanted to remember that it was a fun word. I should incorporate it into my vocabulary.
Can we have a one-word suggestion? Décolletage!
How far down the inbox is that email?
Oh, I have my inbox meticulously organized. So it is in my unread saved at the top, which is my to-do list. But it's been that way for a year.
Speaking of meticulous, we were going to rigorously share facts and information with the guests, and then I should look at the camera. One day I'll do this properly, and I'll get like a couple of cameras and like live switch between them. But two hands. Camera. We're gonna like share some fun facts and improvise scenes based off them. I could have like started a scene based off décolletage if I'd known what it meant, or based off the Limp Bizkit story, but I spared you. However, going from hat to hatless, Chloe, would you like to share a fun fact with the team?
Yeah, mine is
There's a cat.
there's a cat. My fact is that George Washington, the quote-unquote fact that he said, I cannot tell a lie, that's a lie. He never said it. It was made up in his biography to make him seem honest.
Isn't that Abraham Lincoln?
No, George Washington. I
Oh, but he's
tell a lie.
but he's also Honest Abe. I got confused.
So I think what is
Factual
fair,
Taft.
what is fair to say is American presidents come in with a reputation of being honest, and then at some point that the wool is pulled over. No, it's taken off our eyes.
Yeah.
No, I said it wrong. But the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
No
don't
more
start
wool.
with wool on our
Yeah, we don't start with wool.
That's-
But we understand the facts.
Yeah, it could also be like a post-death marketing campaign. Like, he who shall not be named could eventually go down in history as honest man.
Oh, not Voldemort.
I was
Not Voldemort.
I was like,
Look,
Basically Voldemort.
I'm generationally, Robert Durst is my primary Durst, and he who shall not be named is a lord of the realm.
No, I know.
yeah, I was like, I don't remember lying being one of Voldemort's.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Like he was a liar, but other things.
I'm dead. So his honesty wasn't even honest.
His honesty wasn't honest. I also, little mini fact, he, and this is like maybe not. They're pretty sure he didn't really have wooden teeth. That's just like another myth.
I think they were whale bones.
Oh,
I heard they were slave teeth.
That's what I heard too.
Hell yeah! Yeah!
When you have melanin, you hear the
Real truth.
yeah.
we
You
did not
hear what
hear
the, you hear what the dentist really getting up to.
I mean, maybe they were cotton picking whales.
All that.
Fuck everyone. Honest man, my asshole. He's like, no, they're made out of wood.
Yeah, so everyone's a liar, including Voldemort.
Great, and I'm gonna walk over to the camera, pull back the lens a little bit, so we have space to do scene work.
Oh,
And then by the time I walk back, I'm sure a scene will be happening. It's very exciting.
Not about sex.
yeah, but by all means.
Yeah, tags, all that jazz. I can make that.
Probably do that.
Yeah, you know.
Once I could get started, I could do that something.
Miss Delaney, there's something wrong in the textbook. When I'm going through all of our previous presidents, there's not Lord Voldemort.
What's that, dear?
Lord Voldemort is missing from the textbook in terms of our presidents.
Yes, he was not really a president so much as he was a lord. That's a different kind of ruling system, right? There's the monarchy and the feudal system, right? And he's born of that. In the 12th century, that kind of stuff.
I'm confused again. Oh, sorry,
Oh,
Tim.
please be confused. I just had a question for later.
Now's the time, son.
Listing all the presidents, I see a startling omission of Queen Beyonce.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah, what about Beyonce?
The queen is typically a moniker assigned to one of the royal nature.
Mhm.
Beyonce, royal as can be, Queen of Texas and Brooklyn, as according to Mr. Sean Carter, was never elected. You see, she was never elected. And presidents have to be elected by a...
Hi, sorry, I'm out here canvassing for Beyonce for the 5th District. I think it's really important that everyone support her policies, get behind her. Change is what you make it. Lemonade. So, would you... Can I sign you up?
I would just like to hear more about her policy of believe in yourself, because I don't, but I want to get on board with it.
Basically, all the women independent, throw your hands up at me. All the sisters.
Hi.
Hi, I'm here to canvass on behalf of Lady Gaga.
Uh-huh.
I heard Beyonce was also running in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Telephone, we had fun together. It was a fun music video, never again. Video phone, we did those as well. Anyway, Lady Gaga, she believes born this way.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to believe in yourself if you weren't born that way. Just do whatever you were born like.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm off the deep end. Beyonce, what's your rebuttal in this presidential debate?
To the left, to the left. Okay, I'm gonna back into.
Sorry.
No. Never apologize for improv. That's the audience's job. And now, like, move the camera back.
Oh, we got new
Whoa.
camera settings.
New camera.
Wow, he does it
Wow,
all.
my
He does it all.
face
He does it
is-
all. Rachel, would you
Yeah.
like care to share a fact with the people?
Yes, I would love to. So, Steve Harvey, we're
Famed mustache.
famed mustache.
Yeah.
When he
I
allegedly.
did a little turn to camera.
Okay. I thought something bad was happening.
I thought you were like mustache.
I love it.
I was like, okay.
Mustache. Allegedly, or rumored, allegedly, when he was in the 6th grade, he had a teacher basically tell him because he had a stutter that he would never be on TV. So after he became Steve Harvey that we know today, he would send her a TV every year for Christmas, every year until she died. After he got on TV as kind of like a fuck you, I'm on TV. But also she got a TV every year.
Yeah,
So
I was like, that as fuck yous go. That's like,
but I bet she felt bad.
did she?
Did she?
That's why she died.
See, because the thing is, Steve Harvey's been famous for a while.
Yeah.
So initially, I mean, those TVs were always probably the same dollar amount.
Mhm.
But initially, the teacher was like, "Oh, this is just clutter in my house." But at some point, her entire block, her entire neighborhood has a TV.
She opened the Best Buy.
And and like everyone's got 45-inch plasma screens because nobody's buying. It's impossible to buy a cathode ray tube at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, when did Steve Harvey become famous? He became famous in the flat screen era, I believe. Like,
I feel like he was a successful comedian in the 90s, wasn't he?
I actually don't know his trajectory, his career trajectory. I wish.
I know I have like a Steve Harvey album like over there, like it's white yellow cover, and I think that's from like the early 2000s, and I can't remember when the first like flat screens were coming in, but I feel like
Right around then,
2008,
sure.
2008
Mhm.
became ubiquitous technology.
Yeah, I don't know. And I guess I would personally feel guilty, but I also would never tell a 6th grader that they would never be on TV one day. So maybe I'm a better person.
Was Steve Harvey? So he was already dreaming of being on TV all the time because it stuck with him. And like the things that stuck with me, as a child, were the things that like nobody knew that I wanted, but like somebody figured out that I wanted. And they cut me really deep.
I guess he like wrote an essay on wanting to be on TV, and she was like, "Bitch, never."
How did they cut you?
Haha, you're not happy.
Oh.
Wow! And then
And
once
then-
you got happy, how did you fuck them over?
I just like I never managed to fuck them over because by that time I was happy, and then I didn't feel the need to fuck them over.
That's the same one to do.
It's just like, oh yeah, you got me good.
You will never attain inner peace.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, it's philosophical bullying though. There's no
Yeah.
there's no pain associated with it beyond like ha sucker.
Energetically, they are your bitches, I think.
Do you know what I mean? Bye, Sham.
Great. No, Octavia gave us some amazing information about Steve Harvey, radio show host, became huge in the 2000s. So right at the tail end of the cathode ray tube era.
Yeah.
So those were bulky TVs. Thank you, Octavia. That was amazing.
This is good.
Honestly, thank you.
Bulky TVs at the start got slimmer, got like thinner, got bigger, got 3D at one point.
Yeah. We're back.
We're back.
Yeah. I love that.
It's another TV. Who wants it this time? Any you can have it. 65 inches.
We don't
even
know.
know.
65 inches?
We don't even know that.
65 inches?
We don't
Listen,
even
the
know
only
that.
thing 65 inches in our home is
Oh
our
no.
dildo.
You guys
Hi,
come
we're
over.
Beth and Nancy, the lesbians of the neighborhood.
It's Christmas. Do you have to make sex jokes every Christmas?
That's not a joke. Christmas. Do you not want us to be gay on Christmas?
No. Be aggressively gay on Christmas. Thank you. But just, I don't know. I was I get prudish around Christmas.
We get it, Deb. You want us to take our TV and leave.
Oh no.
Oh no. You don't want the 65 inches?
Another 65-inch dildo's been said.
You could send it to your own home.
What did you tell someone when they were younger?
When I grow up, I want to be this big.
Honey, I know you see our Christmas special toy that's in our home. But we want to teach you sex positivity, okay?
That's right. Sex positivity, never be ashamed, not in our home.
No, absolutely
Never.
not. And you know what? Sex positivity is, everyone should believe in it. But we,
Wait, so you did nothing wrong in that story?
yeah, listen,
So this is just a present.
we're good parents. I hate that you doubted that.
Every time we flash back with you, you get better.
Oh, stop. We're just lesbians.
Why did it have to come to my house though? I feel like you could. I feel like you could have. I feel like you could have sent it to your. You have an address. You have a post box.
It's a surprise. We don't want little Daniel seeing it before Christmas.
So the dildos for little Daniel.
PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5.
What's it gonna be? Let's sing our Christmas song. Happy Christmas, happy Christmas, happy Christmas, happy Christmas. It's a dildo. It's a very thin dildo.
This is thin. This is thin. I'm a small child. This would choke me.
Daniel. This isn't.
This is bigger than I am.
Daniel, this isn't. No, but honey, you have to listen. This isn't.
You wouldn't like it. Oh, it breaks my heart.
No, but this isn't for you to use or to be necessarily an example that you have to compare yourself against. No, we just want you comfortable.
Literally every story you come out, you get perfect.
65-inch dildos, folks. The high-class comedy.
To be fair, when I said it was a thin dildo, I saw Shem's hand and it looked like he was doing like this. I can't see, but it looked very thin to me. And then on second glance, it was like to be clear, that's
So
not my standard.
the only anatomically incorrect part of the dildo was that it was 65 inches long. Its width was perfect.
Its width was right on the
Was
money.
pristine.
65 inch.
Oh, I think that'd be good.
Sex positivity. My favorite new Real Housewives quote when they do their like turnaround. One of the housewives is, "I'm sex positive," or like, "I'm not negative, I'm sex positive." But like her like thing is that she's sex positive, and I'm like, that shouldn't be her like thing. That should just be like the standard.
That's her whole. Wow.
That's her thing.
That's like her Instagram bio.
That's like the housewives during the like opening credits all turn around and say something where it could be like, "You may read me wrong, but I'm illiterate," or like
I mean, sex positive sounds great in that context.
In that context.
yeah, it's like, "I have money," but hers is like, "I'm sex positive," which is great.
What are some of the
Better
other
than
ones?
money.
on Real Housewives, I feel like "I have money" might not. Does that come with the territory?
In the like very early seasons, some of the opening lines were like the people that live in my neighborhood, I'm wealthy, healthy, and a little stealthy.
Ooh, I love a good rhyme.
Someone's
Yeah.
done like actual housewives, right? Like a video of like people who are actually like busy and like running the house and like going on, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, help! Just help! Put the camera down!"
Yes.
No stealing ideas.
At first,
Trademark Shan.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my fact. And I not to let the audience in on too much, but I haven't had too much time to prepare for this fact, so it won't be as crisp as I would like it to be.
I love crispy fat.
Well, sometimes not everything's chips. Sometimes things are French fries.
To be fair, you also have slave teeth as in the six.
That's
so
true. That's true. Slave teeth. I uncomfortably mentioned the origins of Limp Bizkit. But for my fact, I would like to go back. Well, actually, yeah, exactly. Everyone, cast your mind back to the 7th and 8th century AD.
Oh, blimey.
When actually, I'm not that confident at the time. Again, I haven't had that much time to prepare.
It was last week.
But have you ever thought, geez, those Romans sure made their numbers complicated?
Like the IV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, great. Thanks. That I needed a yes on that.
Oh,
If you were
yeah,
gonna say
for
no,
sure.
if you were going to say no, I didn't have much else to go on.
Oh yeah, the way those girls line up. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when I learned them in school, I said, these Romans, they didn't know what they were doing.
I said I'm X years old, and everyone, you got it wrong.
Why is Romans always kissing?
The one thing Romans got right was the homosexuality.
Oh, 1545, 30, 1545. Perfect.
But the reason my role here is just fact.
Yes.
Facts. I can't contribute to any joy. But the Romans, part of the reason the numbers were like that was because they never had the idea of, they had never understood zero, right? And so they never had the need to build more efficient number systems because they just like they did not even consider the idea of zero.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't consider that you could add nothing to something to leave it with nothing.
That wasn't invented till the Goths came around. That's just a joke.
That's just good. I'm not prepared with my fact, so I didn't know if it was the actual goths or the ones with eye makeup.
I misheard and heard goths.
I said Goths.
Oh, you did goths.
Yes,
Oh, okay,
because
great.
they were a historical group of people, and they're
The
also
Visigoths.
Yeah.
But it didn't. Therefore, the zero didn't come to Europe until the Arabs invaded southern Spain, who got zero from the Indians.
That's where I go to. My dad's from India.
Where we learn you're a time
Yeah,
traveler.
yeah, yeah.
You're like, from me.
I'm actually not proud that I did that anymore. I was very happy with myself in the moment, but then I worry that I appeared like a hateful patriot on the internet.
Well, it's mostly confusing because you did that and then went two.
That's true. It's not. I should have gone. I should have emphasized the.
That's very thin.
But
I had zero.
in a history book from the 9th grade that I'm not as confident. Again, I haven't prepared all this, but I believe the first formal writings about zero came from an Indian mathematician called Aryabhatta, who might have gotten it from other people. The history is a little unclear because our history wasn't necessarily as aggressively recorded. But it's a lot of things attributed to him, at least in 9th grade history textbooks.
Wow.
Before that, they didn't understand the idea of nothing.
Sounds like privilege to me. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Just like the idea of nothing.
Stephen Hawking had the theory of everything.
I've seen the movie.
He was a smart man. So
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, is that the title of the movie?
yeah. That's where I got it from.
Okay.
His theory wasn't actually the theory of everything.
Okay.
His theory was just about time. But
Yeah.
The movie?
No.
Oh no, that's not correct. Oh shit! Wow.
His whole thing was Time's cool.
Yeah. Oh, Time School. I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
he'd appreciate that.
I mean,
Synthesis of his works.
yeah. Well, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Now I feel bad. that I demean Stephen Hawking, one of the finest minds of the 20th and 21st centuries.
Harsha, today's not about making you feel bad. You've done everything wonderfully.
Oh, thank you.
I won't say everything, but you've done a lot of things wonderfully.
Friends, Romans, countrymen,
Lovers.
lovers.
Go, Anthony!
where's my stuff?
It's right there.
No, but then it was there.
Mm.
And then now it's not there.
But if it was there, then it's always there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By nature of being there, it's there.
I,
Don't worry, man.
but like there was
You searching for Caesar's body still? What's the deal?
Caesar's body. It's fine.
Okay.
It's there. I came to bury it, and I'm gonna get to it. But I had a sandwich, and it's
Oh.
not there.
Yeah, that's because I ate that, dude. Sorry.
Yeah.
But then I am without sandwich, but I have always had sandwich.
Anthony, you're really stressing out, and I just gotta say, because we're Roman, we've got more sandwiches, baby.
Oh,
Stress in our lives, none.
thank you. Because I was like, where there was sandwich, and now there is no sandwich, and again, Caesar's body is right there, and I am very responsible.
Are you giving your speech ever? I just heard, like, someone told me, go to the other square. Anthony's got it on. He's on one. I didn't realize.
Okay, well, this is gonna be embarrassing, but I had ears.
Oh.
I remember having ears distinctly, and now I have no ears. And like, this is truly embarrassing. But could you lend me your ears? Like, I truly need. Is that? Did you take my ears? What? Brutus, right? Brutus.
Take his use.
Brutus, wait,
Oh, et tu, Brute?
Brutus! Brutus!
Oh.
You said this was the last thing! You said that you killed Caesar, but we can trust you from here on. I'm Brutus, I cannot tell a lie.
Oh, Brutus is an honorable man.
Listen, if there's one thing you know about me, it's that I'm honorable and I'm a prankster.
We cut to a scene of Brutus's Roman pranks.
Your chariot awaits, dear.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh!
That was not me, Barry. I did not plot.
And now I stabbed you! It's a prank!
That's so Brutus.
I love being me.
Hey, Brutus.
Yeah.
You know that prank you pulled on me the other day, where you made me paint my forehead red.
Mm-hmm.
It was really funny. My wife laughed too. She said I was blushing. But she was just wondering why you didn't kill me afterwards. You just left me to live.
Oh, that's because I have one more prank for you, my son.
Wait, I don't know. I signed up to get pranked the first time. I feel like I didn't get my money's worth the first time.
Okay, just shake my hand. Oh my god.
Brutus?
Yes.
Hey,
You're making a lot of sandwiches, I'm sorry.
what is this joke of yours called heterosexuality? I don't get it. It's so confusing.
Listen, it's where you say this, what we did last night in the barn, shouldn't happen. Okay?
Brutus.
We're gonna convince people that gay sex isn't inherently better.
Brutus, you pull off a lot of pranks.
I think this one'll work. And then I'll kill everyone.
Let's be an agenda.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry.
We non-verbally just decided that we could not change orders on the couch.
Yeah. Yes.
We
We went from a hat to non-hat.
Also, how I improvise. I stand in the middle of the scene and I go, I'm not going to talk, but I will be there.
I'm gonna be a sentry.
Really good job.
I'm a dangerous sentry.
Like-
Watch out for me.
Chloe has a spear or
I
a
do
shot.
have a spear. I was ready to talk with one line, but who Rome fell. Who took down Rome?
Nero burned it. What after
The
that?
Ottoman Empire, I believe, was the.
I was like, it wasn't like Sparta. Like, it wasn't any of those.
I mean, but I don't know if we've got like Rome nerds in the audience.
That's it.
I mean, you could have done So I mean, you have a couch right behind you, so the Ottoman Empire was.
That's
Oh my god. You know what? It's fine. I did like 5 different accents as Brutus.
History timelines are so hard to keep track of.
We honestly did that joke.
No, I did. You know, don't love me into
I
that.
love how little they cared about Ottoman Empire.
I got it. I'm moving on. Like an ottoman.
I thought he said ultimate, to be fair. I was like, listen, I was a history major and I changed that, but I don't remember the ultimate.
That's what's coming.
And I was like, why does the couch matter about the ultimate empire? Is there something I don't know? Like, I used to have on my dorm, I made like a timeline of world history. And every time I like learned something new in one of my history classes, I would map it on so I could keep sense of things. I've forgotten everything. So if you told me there was the ultimate empire, I'd probably be like,
Absolutely.
damn, Rachel, you really forgot everything.
It was
At
just
the
a
end of
bunch
your
of stone
timeline.
dudes who were playing with the frisbee.
I was gonna say yeah. College dorm.
It was what Genghis Khan did when he was playing with his frisbee.
Oh, gross.
Time is a thrown circle. Lindsay.
Hi.
Yeah, I've paced the show well. Could have done like 8:35. Could have done like one more tag on that last scene, but I just didn't.
I was waiting for it. I was like, can I tag someone
I
in?
was dead.
No,
Oh yeah, you can't move. Yeah, you were like literally actually killed.
you're like literally, I can't do any of the show.
We've all been there.
Classic.
Lindsay, you have a fact.
I do. So the ruby red slippers from the Wizard of Oz, there were 4 pairs, and 1 pair was stolen, and they took over 5 years to find them, and the FBI was involved, and they were taken from a museum when it had been lent from someone's personal collection. And it's one of the top 5 most expensive stolen items.
Wait,
I love it.
because the shoes themselves are so expensive, or
Mhm.
because of the Wizard of Oz, like the price got bumped up?
Oz went for really bad hyperinflation.
They were real ruby slippers because they're from the movie.
Oh, okay.
Sadly, not because they didn't make super expensive ruby red slippers for the movie.
I
I
love
don't
that.
think.
I mean, honestly, the Wizard of Oz was like a big part of my childhood. My grandma literally had a shrine to it in her.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like shrine sounds like an exaggeration. However, she had like a cabinet that was all like Wizard of Oz memorabilia.
But she's a suspect.
Whoa.
So be careful what your next sentence is. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
When I said my fact, you went, I love that. And now.
And you are literally always like, my grandmother was extremely wealthy. I don't know where this money came from.
I don't know if you can hear me panting on camera, but I'm panting. No, the only ruby slippers we have are stuffed. Like they're like little stuffed.
So, what role did the FBI play, and around what time? Like, how far after the movie was it?
2005, I think.
Oh,
they were
recently.
stolen.
Wow.
I think, because again, didn't laser print in all the dates, and they were back and refound by 2017.
So, we're in George Clooney leading heist territory. Like,
Yes.
And Liam
Yes,
Neeson
yes.
was taken.
And they
sure,
were worried.
he had a specific set of
At that
skills,
time,
and I will
My
find you.
shoes.
You
Can you do your Liam Neeson accent? My slippers. Brigadoon. You have my slippers.
Yeah.
He's Irish, right?
He is Irish.
Correct.
I do Brigadoon to get into Scottish to then segue into
Go
Irish.
over to Ireland.
I'm gonna swim.
They were worried that like there were like no leads, and they were getting worried that if they did have clues and they started to talk about them, then whoever had stolen the slippers would destroy them. But they were retrieved intact,
No.
so the slippers were saved.
Good.
Well, they'd flush them down the toilet when they come and take them.
Just eat them! Eat them!
It's not working! It's not working!
Karen, why would you flush it down the toilet, Karen?
Agent Taylor, I know you wouldn't tell me what this mission is on my first day at the FBI, but my God, I've been training my whole life to do a real FBI heist. Tell me what we're in for.
That's right, Stevens. You gotta take this more seriously than you've taken anything before, okay?
I know, I've been in the academy for years and years and years, and here I am, ready to go.
Right. We're gonna rescue
Oh my God, a child. Oh my God, like a little child that's on a ledge. Sorry.
bigger than a child.
Oh my God, so a man.
We're gonna rescue something that encompasses all of childhood.
Oh, so like a grandmother.
We
Yes.
are gonna rescue
The
the
president.
ruby red slippers from the Wizard of Oz. So I want you,
Some shoes?
Stevens.
We're rescuing a pair of shoes? I've been working my...
Stevens!
Taylor!
They are not just a pair of shoes. Do you know what those shoes symbolize across the world?
Red shoes?
Magic,
Oh my God.
hope, belief.
Whimsy. Oh, I'm getting pumped up to go
Yeah.
in. All right, let's do it.
Imagine if those shoes are gone, Stephen. What will happen? The world will crumble.
People won't be able to say there's no place like home. People won't know what
They
home is
won't
like.
be able to get home, Stephen.
Okay, let's do it.
You
One,
ready?
2, 3. Hands in the fucking air, you dirty pig!
This is my Sunday afternoon.
Where are the fucking shoes? Where are the shoes? Get on the ground. Where are the shoes?
Margaret Mary Johnson.
The right hip isn't a hip. This is as low as I'm gonna
So where do you have your shoes? Ma'am, why did you have your hip replaced with something that's not a hip?
go. Because I'm old. I was knitting. You burst into my apartment.
Did you make the shoes your hip?
Where's my lawyer? Where's my lawyer?
Do you keep a lawyer in your house?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna...
I told you she's my client.
Look, Celino and Bonds.
Oh my God, you hired Celino and Barnes, famously the arch nemesis of the FBI.
Hey, you two get in my office. You shot 2 lawyers and an old lady.
You're welcome.
It was Celino and Barnes, sir.
The shoes were at stake.
I don't want your guns.
Sorry, I also was gonna hand you the ruby slippers. Those are our guns and the slippers.
Famously, as director of the FBI, I do not take the things that you find from investigations. We've been over this. It goes to the evidence locker. There's a whole process and procedure. Also, you shouldn't be storing them in your bra. There are many things.
You're not taking them anymore.
No.
You're not doing that anymore.
No, we've never been doing that.
Oh my God, okay, all right. This is a child I rescued.
That shouldn't be. No, we have a crash.
This is the Mona Lisa I rescued.
That was missing.
Yeah.
Oh, so first of all, we're very good at finding things. Thank you so much. I appreciate the work you do.
Thank you so much.
But please, there's just some basic admin is really important. I know you got into the FBI because you like shooting guns, but show me in your hand.
I rescued the emerald ring.
That she dropped into the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
From the end of the Titanic?
Yeah, famously an emerald ring. Here, go find your mommy. Well, I found the kid. I don't have to find the kid.
What is it?
Wicked Witch of the East. Wicked Witch of the West. Please, just send them back to Kansas. They keep coming over every time. and then they mess up all the munchkins. They all come and fight against me. I just want to chill. Right, please.
You need to pray to the shrine of Osmore.
They keep coming back. Just
Fly, my pretties, fly.
please,
To us more.
just tell them like, look, I just want to go for a walk on the yellow brick road without having to deal with all these tourists. Just let them reduce the number of tornadoes in Kansas, maybe, please.
We cut to him walking on the yellow brick road.
Excuse me. Do you know where I could find the place where the house fell? We've heard all about it.
Fuck you.
Oh my god, they said people were mean here. Wow.
It's one road.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, I'm trying to propose to my girlfriend around here. Do you know what the best spot might be?
There's a guy behind a curtain with a booming voice.
Hot dogs, get your yellow brick road hot dogs. Get your yellow brick road hot dogs over here. $20 a pop.
Do you have to do that in the middle of the meadow?
Listen, the money's great. I've never had more money.
No,
I'm right here. Hi.
I'm trying to canvas and get people to involve in Beyonce. She's really doing important things in the business game.
Okay.
Oh, was I supposed to?
I wasn't sure. After I edited, I wasn't sure whether to start another scene, and I was like, I have an idea.
Oh, yeah,
You might as well do it.
What else are you going to do with
It's
it?
never going to be a more opportune time to pray to the shrine of the Wizard of
No, I
Oz.
loved it. I loved it. And thank you for labeling that, my dear.
What I love about this show is when we give each other notes.
Labeling, A+.
Thank you for framing justification. So I guess what befalls us now is I'm looking at the time. It's like, oh yeah, I've got time to like say a fact.
Yeah.
It's not like fact. But scientists have been studying female octopi in under the sea.
Sorry, no, I'll let you finish your fact. I realized it was a terrible thing to raise my hand mid-fact. No, don't close up! Don't go close up, no!
Wait, can I get this on camera after your permission?
Right, so I was a terrible human being for raising my hand mid-fact, but I learned at some point over the course of my life that the plural for octopus is octopodes because it's a Greek root, and therefore the plural is octopodes and not octopi or octopuses.
I was going to say octopusy.
Give me that.
Like one would imagine. But now I feel like a terrible human being because I raised my hand at an inopportune time.
No, it's a perfect time. I said the plural is octopi.
That's true.
Octopodes? What is it called?
Octopodes.
Octopodes.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's the thing about that, like, because I studied Latin and Greek, so like, I do know that, but also,
No one else.
but it's like if I say octopi, people know what I mean. It's one of those languages how it's understood rather than what's correct. So I'm always like taught.
That's why I shouldn't have raised my hand.
Oh no! It's a little thing.
Sham is going to give me the plural in Latin too.
I'm just gonna pull back and show you all my books. I read these.
Wait, I want to hear about the female octopus.
Yeah, octopus.
Octopusy.
Octopus.
So octopuses, when they're underwater, scientists have found that sometimes the male octopodes will harass them and like bug them and like be like annoying. So the female octopuses have been like picking up shells and bits of loose debris and literally just throwing them at them.
Stop it. How are they annoying them? I'm so curious.
The usual ways.
Not to make crass political jokes, but that's what the protests in Afghanistan look like.
Oh my god.
The men came around harassing, and the women were all they could do was throw rocks.
Yeah.
We're not that much better, folks.
Then the octopus.
Then
Although
octopi.
famous, very smart animal, the octopus.
Yeah, have you seen my octopus teacher?
No, I haven't. At first, I
I
thought you
haven't
said
had
t-shirt,
pleasure.
and I was like, no.
No, my
Johnny,
octopus teacher. People like make fun of it because they think the guy is like weirdly sexual towards the octopus. I just think he's like a weird guy that's like obsessed with it. Like I don't think he's fucking the octopus. But
Does he have like crab marks and like? That's how you know.
like listen, he like anyways, I really thought it was like a beautiful weird thing, but they talked about how like if an octopus, again, I told this to my girlfriend and she was like, that's a hypothetical and like they can't say that. But if an octopus like actually had the nurture aspect of raising its children, because they giving birth basically like kills the mothers and then the baby like eats the mother as their like first meal. But if they had like that nurture aspect, they would like have evolved to like a beyond human or like human standpoint. To which Kara was like, how can they prove that? And I was like, touche.
That's beautiful though.
Yeah, my brain is like.
Whoa.
She's saying if octopuses weren't sociopaths, they'd be running this place.
Yeah.
Do they? Wait, yeah. Do they? Octopus don't lay eggs, do they, or do they? Like, how do they?
I'm not gonna pretend to know the answer.
I guess my question is:
Harsha?
do they get like taken away by the sea, or are the moms like, bye bye babies?
No, like the moms literally like die, and then they're like,
Oh.
there's like a dead
Feast on the
body in
corpse.
front of me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Whoa.
My understanding from my octopus
Cannibalism.
teacher.
There's no. Oh boy.
That was my understanding.
I misunderstood.
Cannibalism.
I misunderstood. Yes. Okay.
And my understanding from my octopus therapist is that's something you just have to work through. It's a process you were young, you didn't know.
And from my octopus lawyer, like this won't stand up in court.
Shem, how do the octopus ladies fight back? They throw rocks.
Yeah, that's it. Like that.
Okay. I was wondering if like squidding factored into it. You know, squid's relatively close to octopodes. And
So here's the thing about squidding. It's from squid.
squids.
Yes.
But yeah, they, you know,
Do they grab a squid? And just
Squeeze it.
go wild, buddy.
Oh man, poor squids.
Octopus having though too, right?
That's what I thought.
I
Sorry,
think I
sorry,
like octopusing faster.
Do
And my
you?
friend
Because I
had
know you
like
get squidding faster. I didn't know if you get octopus.
What?
Yeah.
octopusing
Calamari.
faster, too.
Oh, I don't know. Do octopus have ink?
That's for the
Octavia.
audience to decide.
Octavia?
They have arms, I think, or the opposite. It's a
Yeah.
fact, one way or the other.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I did see one octopus that had like a whole sleeve of rat tats, but I don't think that's what you meant.
No.
they got ink.
Yo, check it. Stop singing.
Oh, God.
I'm dead.
And then they have like 6 arms, which was another wild thing, and then like 2 legs, so they all look
Yeah.
like it's like this weird.
That
So
was your
Chloe,
fact.
your fact was wrong on both accounts.
They have arms and legs.
I didn't read the whole fact.
I think it was on
Yeah,
our
no.
podcast.
That's right, I loved it.
Oh. Oops.
That was for these people.
For the kind
Improvise.
Oh, I love animals.
Chloe wanted to add that fact.
Okay.
And
Yes,
that,
I love animals.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So,
here comes Slide Roll.
hey, Megan. I'm just sitting here thinking about how as soon as we birth out these babies, we're gonna be their first meal.
That's common to us all, Cassandra.
I'm just thinking about it from an existential perspective.
Right.
Like, what if I was around to raise my baby? What if my baby, had love? Would we one day be able to, I don't know, do things like fight for our own rights instead of throwing rocks at the men?
Stop it, Jimmy.
Oh, they're throwing rocks back at us. Fuck them.
You sound like an octopusy.
Come over here, Jimmy. Get over here, Jimmy. I'm gonna slap you with my arms.
Oh, I need to process this.
I could provide you with nurture.
What?
I could provide you with nurture, and then you'll be able to go on the land. You'll one day be able to do things none of us could think of.
We cut the octopus kid in New York.
Hey, buddy, keep your arms to yourself. Whoa. Stop it.
Oh, I've become my father.
So you were saying that you were worried about becoming your father. Now, when you reached out to an octopus therapist, which many people believe that I'm an octopus who is a therapist, but I actually work exclusively with octopi.
Okay.
Yes. When you said you were worried about becoming, sorry, my assistant Genevieve is back here.
Sorry, I'm a little loose.
I try, as a human being, I try to make my octopi clients feel better.
Yeah, of course.
A little problematic, but like we'll breeze past it. It's okay.
No.
I get this a lot.
Sorry, is it too much? No. Keep going.
Basically, as my octopus therapist, holy fuck.
Whoa.
But that's what octopus people do, right?
Because of one Netflix documentary, everyone thinks because I care about an octopus, I'm ready to fuck it. I'm not here for that.
What?
I'm here to emotionally help you.
And so I want to unpack that for you. Why do you think you're not ready to fuck an octopus?
I want to fuck a human, not an octopus. I've been in a loving relationship for 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm. We've been...
Honey?
Yes, babe. Babe, what's wrong?
I was in the kitchen, I found these ink-covered biscuits. What have you been doing?
It's not what you think it is.
Okay, because what I think it is.
Ink comes from squids, famously. None of my octopus clients are squid inking on those biscuits. A squid is. I'm fucking a squid.
So it is what I think.
No, I mean, they are delicious. Hey, Stu.
Hey, babe.
How's it going?
It's good.
Nice.
Grab my 65-inch too.
Oh, yeah. I did have a thing. It's obviously come to my attention that you've been bothering the ladies a little bit. That's exactly what we're trying to avoid.
All right.
No tongues out, no ass.
They want to me out.
Look, they're not enjoying it. They're annoyed as it is that they have to die the moment we start inseminating.
Okay.
So let's just.
Let's give them a present and let them look at my dick before they die.
Yeah,
What else do you want to do?
That's exactly what they don't want to do.
Okay.
It's they're comfortable with you. Like just maybe just do like a drive-by.
Hi, boys. Have a nice
Greetings.
day.
Greetings.
Hey.
Keep it in your pants.
Well, she's not pregnant. Hey!
Okay, President Washington, I can't put any of this in your biography.
Well, why not?
I think it will destabilize our beautiful country.
Let the American people know how I feel about my penis.
It's made of
It's
made of wood.
Okay, class, get in here. All right. Welcome to Self-Defense with Joanne. Now, you have heard of...
Oh, she's good.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, wow, she loved it. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's
Like doodle.
Now I know. Oh my god. She's fucking bulletproof.
Oh, that hit me!
Oh my god.
Batman sword!
Oh! Oh my god,
Bullet
she just
removed.
She removed the bullet and ducked my Batman thingy in the same move.
I'd love to hear how she's able to do this.
well, if you don't keep trying to kill me, I could give you some lessons.
Sorry, this is
but
a
okay.
class.
But you avoided the Batman sword. You know Batman and his sword.
Famous.
I know Batman and his sword.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing with Batman's sword?
Wow, another gun.
Another gun!
And so much gum.
So is the Joker.
I can tell from the facial expression.
Oh.
Oh, I've never seen that.
I didn't know how you'd gotten those stars, so I was a little bit confused.
Whoa. Go ahead.
Sorry.
teach us.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
sure?
no,
No,
sorry.
I know.
Please,
I
please.
know.
I signed up for a class. I should get my
Teach us.
money's worth.
Teach us.
Teach us.
Okay, you gotta toughen up.
Is that it?
And?
I mean, you just started singing a song.
Song is how I pronounce it.
I got the eye of the tiger, the fire, dancing through the fire. 'Cause
Singing's not gonna help you.
That was amazing. Welcome to the FBI. So, Carrie Bradshaw's Jimmy Choo's has got a mission,
Fuck
and we need
no.
you on the case.
Okay, I'm on it. You get me out there. I'm gonna find those Jimmy Choos.
Okay. Get out. Get out. I'm not stopping. Get out.
Okay.
I spent the day wondering, what would it be like if I didn't have my shoes?
I spent the day thinking to myself, thank God I found that big dildo under that desk. 65 inches.
Awesome answer.
that's the end.
Thank you.
That's 65 inch dildo.
Thank you. That's our show. I believe that's the correct amount of time.
Did the FBI test?
Yeah, it's like a solid hour.
Of course.
So let me. Oh wow. Okay, Joel. Let me just zoom in on everyone so you can like explain what you did. Hi, there's Chloe. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Great. Someone's going to where Chloe is standing, so I went through the camera. Great.
Hi.
That was Rachel. Yeah. Bye. Cool. That was Lindsay. Bye.
I feel like I'm on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
Bye.
Harsh is out of focus, but that's fine. Great.
And then there's Shem.
Perfect, Daddy!
Thank you so much. We appreciate everything. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
And it's not that the rest of us don't have the blues. It's just that some dance partners need a dance partner too. Is that you?
Life's too short to dance by yourself. Think you should dance to somebody, dance to somebody, dance to somebody by yourself. Life's too short to dance by yourself. Think you should dance to somebody, dance to somebody, dance to somebody by yourself.
Take off your armor, let down your hair. You could sit on your hands, or you can get closer if you dare. And it's not that the rest of us don't have to fight for every bit of love and every bit of light. Tonight is Friday night.
Life's too short to dance by yourself. Think you should dance to somebody, dance to somebody, dance to somebody by yourself. Life's too short to dance by yourself. Think you should dance to somebody, dance to somebody, dance to somebody by yourself. Life's too short to dance by yourself. Think you should dance to somebody, dance to somebody, dance to somebody by yourself. Life's too short to dance by yourself. Think you should dance to somebody, dance to somebody, dance to somebody by yourself.
Should have known at the end of summer, the innocence fades and the we become stronger. Should have known at the end of summer, I'd be lost without you. At the end of summer, the innocence fades and the weak become stronger. Should have known at the end of summer I'd be lost without you.
Oh my gosh, are we live? Here we are. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm Ruby. I'm the host of the show. Right now, I'm not in where I normally am for these shows. Normally, I have a beautiful pink background. Right now, I'm in Boston. I know. I know it's intense and rough and scary. I know, but it's okay. We will be back to our blanket that taped up onto a wall soon, and it'll look gorgeous again. How is everyone? It's a 9:30 on a Thursday. I want to tell you guys a secret. I turned 21 last week, so my boyfriend's at a bar without me right now. And that's awesome. I still haven't been to a bar yet, but I want to. And I don't drink. This is water in what I feel like I want to look like I'm drinking tea or like something fun and quirky. But so I'm like holding this like a little, oh my God, thank you. Someone said thank you, nice nails. I got these for my birthday. But like I'm trying to look like Taylor Swift right now. You know how she's always taking photos in like a turtleneck. Like I never wear turtlenecks. I don't really know how this got on me. But like I really want to look like one of those girls right now, you know, like so that's where I'm at. I just wanted to tell everyone how we're doing. Feel free to drop in the comments, you know, where we're at. You know, this is a safe space. We want to tell each other our truths here. And you guys, I'm so excited to be here. Just want to give a quick shout out to the Squirrel Theater for having us. Such an amazing theater. If you're ever in New York, you should absolutely see their live shows at Caveat. They're fantastic. You can also take classes at the Squirrel, which is super cool. And you can also donate to the Squirrel as well as the artists on this show tonight by Venmoing the Squirrel. I mean, just Squirrel NYC. So like not the just at Squirrel NYC. Yes. Okay. Gorgeous. That's pretty much all the like reception info that I need to give you guys. Are we ready to get the show started and rolling? Yes, I'm thinking yes. No one is participating in the comments, and that's okay. I don't want to force anyone to speak when they don't want to, because that is always really like weird and uncomfortable when teachers do that in class. It's crazy. I cannot stop. Hey everyone, everyone's here. This is the whole lineup right now. We actually don't need everyone here right now. But it's so nice to see everyone on the lineup's faces. But that was a really cool preview of who's here. And here is our first comic, one of the funniest, like, best people in New York City, and also my boyfriend's new best friend. Please welcome Mo Singleton. Woo!
What's up? How are we doing?
Yeah.
Good.
Everyone's good. That's what's up. I don't even know where to start. Just want to say 20 it's nice to still be doing Zoom stuff and streaming stuff and also being in person. That's really tight. 2020 was pretty crazy for me. I don't know about anybody else, but I started playing this made up game called Don't Spiral Today. That's what I've been doing. I even made T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh my god.
it's it's a reminder, because it's pretty crazy out there. The game is kind of like whose line is it anyway? Except just like that, the points don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's just keeping it all together. That's what it is. Yeah, but it's nice to be here. This year's been cool though. This year started off great. I started off the year debt free, which was tight. Yeah, I just got tired of the harassing phone calls and emails from the Brooklyn Public Library. That's what was going on. Oh, you thought I was talking about student loan debt? I don't think debt exists really. Hear me out. Hear me out. If I can't physically touch my debt, then it doesn't exist, right? So why stress over something that doesn't exist? Like a credit score or time, White people and Bigfoot, like, what are we doing? I'm just, yeah. I just feel like what really is important, because when the world ends, no one's going to be asking about your credit score or anything. People are going to figure out who they have to blow for a bucket of water. You know what I'm saying? That's where, like, water will be the new currency. That's all I'm saying. So the next time you go to a club, you see the girls like following the dudes that's popping champagne. They're like, they're gonna be dehydrated. You want to kick it with the dude that's just wasting water on himself. He's just pouring buckets of water. That's what you. It's so crazy. It was, I don't know for a lot of people, but for me though, I still can't get over seeing white people walking around with different color bandanas. That really like blew my mind because I'm just like, yo, Susan, like, what are you doing? Like, honestly, I get what you're doing. Like, you're trying to protect yourself from COVID, but COVID won't protect you from the Crips, though. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, every color represents a gang, Susan. That's all I'm saying. Red and blue, Crips and Bloods. Green, gang green, and that's a dangerous game. They cut off toes, fingers, and limbs, so that's that's serious. I don't know if anyone else was just like quarantined in a room by themselves and they were just like alone with their thoughts. But I had some very interesting thoughts. I like to share one with you. All right, so this was just like random. I was sober too. So this is just me on a regular. And I just had a thought. And the thought was, do you think white supremacists drink black coffee? And if they do, are they putting cream in that coffee? Because that's mixing, right? I'm just saying, practice what you preach. Right? You gotta practice what you preach. No? Okay, all right. That was just. I'm just just sharing some stuff. Let me see what's new with me. I recently cut my hair. I had locks for like 7 years, and I just wanted to change. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people. I didn't know it would trigger a lot of people because it's my hair, but apparently it does, and so everyone's like, "Oh, why did you cut your hair? Is it because of your receding hairline?"
Oh God.
And I'm just like, no. First, that's also rude. Like, you know. I'm like, no, I cut my hair because I just got tired of attracting women in astrology who dress like Stevie Nicks. That was. It's like, I see you, Gypsy. You know what I'm saying? That's it's so crazy. But yeah, so let me see. I cut my hair. What else I do? Oh, I moved into my own apartment. That was tight. Moved into my own apartment.
Woo!
Yeah, and it's cool though, you know. But people don't tell you when you live alone, like you're alone, just you and your thoughts. Like why did I move into this apartment by myself? You know. And when you get sick and you live alone, you just die. That's what happens. You just
Oh no.
you just die, just clutching the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Just like praying, like selling your soul, like Lord Jesus, if I get out the situation, I swear I'll become vegan. You know? Yeah, it's crazy. And then when you get out that situation, you have a cheeseburger. You're like, I was just playing. You know? It's wild, but I don't know. I didn't want to die alone, so I got on the dating apps, and come to find out, women's standards were still high during the pandemic. So yeah, that was yeah. Like I learned that you could get ghosted for having an Android. We're all iPhone people in here. That's cool, man. I just don't get it. It's like, wait, you're looking for companionship, love, but someone with the Android, you're like, you know what? I'm not that desperate. You know, it's insane. I don't get it. It's very interesting. But it's a true story. I was talking to a girl. We exchanged numbers, and I text her, and I'm like, hey, what's up? This is Mo. She texts me back, I don't do green bubbles, and that was it. It's just like what? It's like I'm a 5G tower. Like, you know, I'm 6'4". You know what I'm saying? You know, like really, that's crazy. I don't know. But also, I say women's standards are high, but they're also pretty low too. Because I've gotten laid just for having basic houseware. Like, no lie, I had a woman come over and she goes, oh my God, you have more than one plate? She goes into my room. She's like, oh my God, is that a bed frame? I'm like, who have you been fucking? Like, what are you? You got to get your shit in order. And then she goes in the kitchen and she's like, is that a mini air fryer? Come here. I'm sucking your dick right now.
Oh my God.
She's like, you know what? Fuck me next to this air fryer. I was like, all right, you got it. You know, like my dating profile picture is just an air fryer now. That's all. That's all that it is. And so, yeah. So that's cool. I guess I can. I've been having baby fever. Anyone else? Not really. Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. I don't know if it's my age or what it is. I've been having baby fever, and it's weird because I went into a sneaker store to buy me a pair of sneakers, and I walked past a pair of baby Jordans, and I stop and I say to myself, yo, I can't wait to be a dad. And then I say to myself, wait a minute, Mo, you don't have to be a dad to buy baby Jordans. So now they're on my rearview mirror, you know? Yeah. That's so yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on with me. Yeah, I guess I can end with another joke. I can leave with this.
Woo!
Okay, we're gonna just try this. So I've been trying to figure out why is it called catcalling when you yell at someone across, I don't know, like why is it called catcalling? And I realized when I was at my friend's house that it's called is you ever try catcalling a cat? That's why it's called catcall. You know, it's like you're like, come here, kitty, come here, let me rub. Oh, you gonna ignore me? Fuck you then. You know, it's just like I don't want to pet you anyway. You know, so it's just, and that's where it comes from. You know, because it's just like you yell inappropriate things to a woman on the street, just like a cat, she will ignore you. That's how that goes. You know, so unless you drive a box, because cats love boxes. People just, I don't know. I think that's hilarious, but but yeah, that's been my time. Thank you guys.
Yay! Give it up for Mo.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mo. That
No
was
problem.
incredible. I know
Thank
nothing
you.
about cats, but I do think they love boxes. I'm sure
you
that's
can
true.
you can look up some YouTube videos. There's so
Yes.
many of them. Cats
I'm
having
definitely
fun
will.
with boxes. You know.
Yep, and that sounds really entertaining too. Thank you so much, Mo. Give it up one more time.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So you guys, our next comedian, we got a really cool slideshow coming up. I hope you're prepared. Please give it up for Lexi Notrica. Woo!
Hey.
I'm gonna head
How's
out.
everyone?
Let you have
Bye. Awesome. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I am Lexi, or as some may not know, the rightful heir to the Wendy's fast food chain empire. You know, that fresh stew, but Wendy, I'm coming for you. Yeah, I'm going to start off my set with a little kind of visionary board of me pitching a live action cast for Anastasia, if you don't know, the 1997 classic, based off of the tragic history of the fall of the Russian Empire and Rasputin and, you know, all that lovely magic that they just decided to put into animation. Yeah, let me see with the sharing. And if you don't know, it was also well, now it's a Disney film. So technically it would be put on by the House of Mouse, which they love to live action everything. Okay, I think I got this. Okay. Cool. Okay. Present. Okay, so the Anastasia live action, because we need it. Who will be who? You may be asking yourself that. So the first step, I want to kind of pitch Ben Platt as Anastasia. This is more of a spiritual casting just because he is the end-all be-all of nepotism babies. And, you know, Anastasia, she's from royalty but doesn't know it. And then she gets to, like, skip a bunch of, like, classes to become high class and royalty at the end. So I feel like he kind of does that in the world of Hollywood. How else would he be cast as a 17-year-old as a 27-year-old man? So that's my spiritual casting. But if I had to go to something more realistic, it would be Caroline Calloway, because she's also just a real-time scammer. And I feel like that would not be too hard to act out. Because at the end of the day, as much as we love Anastasia, she's, snappy young woman, she's really rough around the edges, but knows what she wants. She can stand up for herself. But at the end of the day, she is a Russian scammer. At least that's how it starts out. For Rasputin, I'm going to go with the king of the Ugly Hot Committee, which is Adam Driver. Again, this is if we can afford him, since he's kind of leveled up in the Academy world. But, he's already dabbled in doing some accent work with the House of Gucci with the Italian accent, which sounds like I don't know, a Buca di Beppo waiter. So I feel like he could easily transition into the Russian Rasputin kind of flair. But again, if we can't get Adam Driver, we can just always go for Gal Gadot, just based on vocal talent alone. Clearly, she knows she can carry a tune to some point, and if anything, we can cover it up in the studio if need be. So I'll get serious now, because as you can tell, that was a little lighthearted. With going next with Bartok, I think that Scarlett Johansson would be a really just obvious choice, because she's a chameleon at the end of the day, although she is on rough terms with Disney right now. So maybe she won't get a call back. But, you know, maybe she'll be offer only. We'll see. We don't know just yet. But, you know, dream casting. Dimitri, the sexual awakening to many, and King of Layering. I'm going to go with Shawn Mendes on this one because he's proven his acting chops throughout the entire pandemic with his appearances with Camila Cabello. So, you know, we know he can act. And other than that, he can pull off the color green, which is honestly the most important part of playing Dimitri, as you can see in that photo. And then with Vladimir, you know, it's kind of a toss-up between the two. As obvious, it's really hard to decide because they both would make such good Vlads. You got Ron from Parks and Rec. I'm blanking on his name right now. But then you also have The Rock. But they both are just so similar in appearance to Vlad. But I think ultimately we would have to go with The Rock just based on funding alone. Because at the end of the day, he can sell a Jungle Cruise movie and make $100 million at the box office. So maybe that's just what we need to get this going. Irrelevant details, but like, you know, score and music is really important. I feel like Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, if you're not familiar with their work, they, you know, scored really great soundtracks like The Social Network, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo Soul. They would really, you know, bring this into a darker era. But then again, we could also tie in JoJo Siwa because, again, for relevancy. If you don't know who JoJo Siwa is, she's well known from Dance Moms or just 90% of the Target toy aisles. And that's it. So that was my pitch. Sharks, I'm looking for you to invest $100 million into my movie that I will definitely get funded one day. Thank you. That was really fun. Yeah, so I love stunt casting movies like that. But other than that, I'll just share a little bit about me. You know, I'm an only child. I was raised in Florida, and I hadn't asked before the Kardashians made it. White women envious about it. So, you know, I have character. I have personality. It was really fun to see people switch from making fun of my rump to being like, oh my God, when did you get the BBL? And it's like, I'm 18. That's not happening right now. Yeah. And it's funny, Mo, you mentioned about women having high standards on dating apps. And that's true. I actually feel like I need to share a little bit of like my red flags that I identify sometimes. One is just men who are too enthusiastic about skiing. It's a bit of a red flag to me. It's like, okay, just say you want to date a white woman. Like, I don't know why you're popping up on my page because it's not really happening for me. I've torn my ACL twice now. I'm not looking to put myself in the hospital again for a white man. So next, other than that, DJs, because if they don't take your request on the dance floor, they're not going to take it in bed. So that's just obvious. That's 2 + 2 = 4. Another one, end all be all, is just blonde men in general. I'm sorry if there's any blonde men watching this or getting shivers sent down their spine by me insulting them. But it's just, you know, it's just historically, them and their family are probably on the wrong side of history. And it's just also, too, they look like they could be named after a piece of IKEA furniture, maybe. You know, they might be ordering milk at dinner. It's like, who mixes lactose that late in the day unless you're having ice cream, you know, mixture of that, savory and dairy. You know, it's like, I'm absolutely against racial profiling. That's totally not okay. But if we had called out white blonde men in history, just think of how much trouble we could have missed. You know, Jeffrey Dahmer, Boris Johnson. I'm even going to do it. Call it out. Fred from Scooby-Doo. He had bad vibes. He just wanted to take over the entire gang. And you know what? I won't stand for that. You don't have the right, sir. So that's just me. And then just, I guess, bringing it back to a whole movie theme, I've just noticed how wild meet cutes have been portrayed in cinema for the past 20 years, most importantly in the early 2000s, because that was just when everyone could just meet someone off the corner of the street in a life or death situation and they get married in 2 weeks. It's like, you want to judge 90 Day Fiance, but you're doing that in, downtown Manhattan outside of a bodega. Like, let's pick something real here. I really do think like people who have successful meet cutes are also seeing a therapist, because it's just like you need that support to kind of justify how this is happening. So I'm not against it, honestly. If I were to experience my own meet cute, especially with Timothy Chalamet, I wouldn't be opposed. I would just have to make sure that I had my therapist on speed dial on the ready until we got married, because who knows what else he would throw at me. He could, maybe save me from a rogue garbage dumpster flying down the street, but then turn around and end up getting married to someone that I'm scheduling their own wedding for. Like, I'm the wedding planner. I didn't pull that from a movie plot at all, Jennifer Lopez. Fun fact, if you've ever seen The Wedding Planner or ever don't intend to, because you shouldn't, Jennifer Lopez plays a full-blooded Italian woman in that movie, and I wish I was making that up. It's really, talk about a plot twist. That was more shocking to me than Matthew McConaughey being a conniving cheater, trying to hook up with Jennifer Lopez over his blonde wife. So, we love cinema there. She really has had an interesting filmography though, that I will just share quickly. She's played, again, like I said, the full-blooded Italian woman. She's played a lesbian tempted by a Dunkin' Donuts ambassador. She's played a documentary film director turned snake wrestler, a stripper, and then a cop, which, what's scarier? I don't know, because I think it just got more and more, besides the stripper one, that was obviously the best. If you haven't seen Hustlers, you should. And also, lastly, uncredited on IMDb, but she is also known as the vessel for Ashanti's vocals. So, Jennifer Lopez, what an icon, what a career. Now she's back with Ben Affleck 20 years ago on the anniversary, like 9/11. I don't know. It's just like weird things are coming back, and I'm just really scared. Too many stars are lining up again. But that's about it. I'll leave you with that. And yeah, thank you.
Woo! Yay! You guys, give it up for Lexi Notrica. Woo! Thank you so much, Lexi. That was awesome. I honestly, like, anytime that photo of Gal Gadot pops up, that still of her, I love it. It has this, honestly, I have extreme gal energy right now. I'm in the turtleneck. I have my Israeli look going.
Yeah.
So you guys, this has been so much fun. My boyfriend is back from the bar that he went to without me, and all is back and good and right in the world. The show is halfway through, and I'm having a great time. Just wanted, once again, I'm continuing this through line of telling you guys my truth. Even though no one in the chat has told theirs yet. One day, maybe someone's gonna chime in, and that's okay. I'm gonna keep doing this until you feel comfortable enough to do so. So you guys, we have another comedian coming. Woo! Yeah! Please give the warmest welcome to Eric Feldman.
Woo! Oh my God, thank you so much. I actually had so many sound effects to play, so I'm glad that we actually have some live audio. So actually, I'm also so happy that we are all off mute and we're sharing our breaths and our laughs, because I don't know if anyone else is working remotely right now, and we're all comedians. There's no way we're doing this full time. So I just kidding, but maybe some of you are, which is great. But I do have a full-time job, and we're 100% remote, and like it's just always so awkward when you have to like put yourself on off mute just to be like, like if someone says something in a meeting and you're like, Susan makes a joke and Susan, doesn't have too much going on. And so the minute she makes a joke, you're like, and just have to unmute yourself real quick and you're like, oh my gosh. And then like mute yourself again. Like that's always, it's nice to just like let everything come out and let everything be natural. And I really appreciated the fake laughter there. But no, it is really good. It's second nature to be on Zoom, on camera, on, computer. I always love to when like you're having meetings with someone, whether it's like one-on-one, and you can tell kind of like I am right now that they're like staring at themselves, and like because you know where their picture is when you're talking to them, and you know where your picture is. So if they were like this, you know that like they're just obsessed with you and they're like absorbing everything that you have to say. And I'm like, oh my God, am I gonna marry this person? But the minute that they're like, like just kind of diverted a little bit, and then they're talking, they're like, yeah. And then when they're talking, they'll look for like a slight second to make sure that you're looking at them, but then like their eyes will go back. It just this is social psychology, and I will be winning something for this someday. But it's just a really good way to psychoanalyze your coworkers. So it's nice to just like, this is authentic. You have no idea that I have notes over here. I'm totally looking at like the crowd. And so, yeah, it's really good to be here. But I actually just started doing comedy mics this past summer, just like a couple months ago. Thank you so much. Oh, I had sound effects for that, so I'm glad I didn't do that. But and so I live in LA, so it is 7:01 here. I have exactly 1 hour until Big Brother's on. I don't know if any of you are Big Brother fans, but I'm so excited. I heard a gasp, and I don't know if like someone spilled the water or if someone is a Big Brother fan. Hopefully it's the latter. But yeah, so I am in. Thank you, Ruby. I knew someone would hear. I'm Team Tiffany all the way. So I live in LA, and we've been doing a lot of outdoor mics, but we still try to keep it safe. We've like had little like mic condoms on, the things that you will slip on top of your microphone, which is like great. I love being safe, but I just kind of prefer like, raw dogging it with this right here because I just want it to feel good for the mic. I don't know, a giver, I guess. I don't know. I just really want to make sure that things feel good for all parties. It's not just about me. That's at least what my ex said. So I learned something from that relationship. But I just, the Delta variant has kind of thrown a wrench in things. We're all, migrating back to virtual conversations and virtual comedy shows. This is actually my first show ever. So it was just like, I am really... Thank you. No, thank you, Ruby. I like literally slid into her DMs and I'm like, hey girl, I swear I'm not asking you. I literally would love to be on a show. And I'll be in New York in a few weeks if anyone has any shows or mics that they could suggest. But speaking of the Delta variant, I just like kind of miss the days when the Delta variant was like the variety of snacks you would get on a Delta flight. Like you would have Biscoff, right? There's like delicious little crackers that like melt in your coffee and like literally melt so decadently that like they're every 90-year-old's favorite cookie because like teeth not required. You can literally just like dip it in a hot thing of coffee and stir it and like pretend you're hearing what the person you're sitting next to is saying, and then just like let heaven explode in your mouth. So that was Biscoff. Like they give that to you on like cross country flights, like flights in which you're going somewhere cool, right? Like LA to New York, or like people who are flying to like a big event, I'm sure like really enjoy Biscoffs. And then if you're flying to some like podunk small ass town in Iowa, which is where I'm from, I don't know if they're like, I don't know, tattered clothes give it away, or the clear, the fact that I'm clearly only came out like 6 days ago. But I am from Iowa, and I feel like on those flights they give you like goldfish because they know like that is like a delicacy where like out on the farm. Like I feel like, and then also goldfish go with like any beverage. Like people don't know how to pair. Like Biscoffs is, people order coffee. Like you don't need to have a beverage with goldfish. Like you can just like throw as many in your mouth as possible. I will say though, people in Iowa love to mix like Red Bull and gummy worms. That's just
Oh, that sounds amazing.
yeah, it takes like a certain amount of like meth to enjoy it, but yeah, again, welcome to the Midwest. So then they also, like, once in a blue moon, if you're on a Delta flight and like God decides to, speaking of Jennifer Lopez, God decides to, you know, like take a minute from blessing her and like sneezes in your direction, you might get a Cliff Bar. So you're like sitting in your seat and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, am I going to overdraft trying to connect to the Wi-Fi? And then they put down a Cliff Bar and you're like, excuse me, ma'am. No, I have a 320 credit score. I'm like, this is not for me. I did not order this. And she's like, no, this is for you. You deserve it. And I'm like, do I have status on Delta? Like, am I all of a sudden like a preferred member of Delta? Now, like, I feel like the only status on Delta we get is either positive or negative. So I haven't gotten the Delta variant yet. Knock on wood. But speaking of like, you know, Delta variants, being from the Midwest, no one in my family is vaccinated. My mom, my dad, my sister, none of them vaccinated. And it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I get frustrated, but then I'm like, wait a second, like, you know, I believe in science. So technically, like in like a year or so, I could be coming into a lot of money. And here's the thing, I will miss them, but I don't know. I just like, I've been poor all my life. The only thing I think that I would probably inherit is like our family's timeshare, which actually kind of sucks. Do you guys, any of you do timeshares? I don't know, I just figured we're like, you're all comedians, you love to share time. I'm sure, here we are. How much of it do I have left anyway? Probably negative. No, honestly, you should take that. It's probably better use of your time. But no, I feel like I would get, have you ever met someone who has a timeshare? No. They are like, I've never met people that are more like excited to be ripped off. And don't get me wrong, I have definitely like been the person at the register where they're like, would you like to save $10 to like ruin your credit score? And I'm like, yes, of course. Like, sorry, American Eagle jeans are that good. And so I've fallen into my fair share of like precarious situations with money, but like the people that buy timeshares are just the people that like spend $80 at like a baseball game just to like get all the raffle tickets to maybe win a wiffle ball bat that was signed by the mascot. Like, they're just the people that are like, oh my God, Eric, can you believe it? Like my dad is like, Eric, get this, we have a timeshare in the Ozarks and we have access to it 2 weeks out of the year in February. I'm like, okay, Dad, again, like, need I bring up, like, you know, I'm talking to you right now because inheritance is a thing, and this is not what I had in mind. No, I'm just kidding. But I love my family. But I feel like the only way I'm going to the Ozarks, if my parents make me go there, I'm going to find a way to, like, Jason Bateman their ass and just, like, implicate them in the drug cartel, and just, you know, that's their karma. That's what they get. If you bring me to the Ozarks, I will make sure to launder money and throw you under the bus in the process. And he's like, no, Eric, like, your aunt can stay there, and your mom and your sister and your cousin. And I'm like, okay, so that's one person, and they're all the same, and I just don't really think that, like, that's a good use of my time. But actually, speaking of full-time jobs, I do sell timeshares, and I just want to use the remainder of my time to talk to you all. So you might be thinking, man, is this guy for real? No, I'm just kidding. I do not. But speaking of my family, my sister also is pregnant with her 8th child. She has 7 children, and she's the type of person that, like, if you ask her, like, you know, are you done? Like, are you guys having more kids? She'll be like, you know, I think I'll let God decide. And I'm like, okay, exactly what religion are you practicing in which, like, God just continues to allow you to have sex and just, like, puts that opportunity right there in front of you? And if, like, how do I go to that church? I'm, like, regretting not going to church at this point. I'm like, if it's just all about having good sex, and I've been, you know, like I said, I trust science. I don't think I'll get pregnant. And so I'm just like, where do I sign up? Where do I donate? Where do I tithe? So that is a really cool thing. But if you haven't caught on, I'm gay, and I was going to say a little disappointing the amount of applause there, but I feel like West Hollywood. So I live in West Hollywood, which is like the new like LA Zoo. Like so I did my first open mic at the old LA Zoo. It's literally like an empty zoo. They're like the only thing that is there is like the remnant smell of like lion's piss. So we literally do like mics once a week in this like open like cage. And I feel like I need to do more. Like the zoo is definitely a warm place to do comedy, and I feel like West Hollywood is the new zoo. There are lions, there are I guess drag queens, but their hair is so big that they're like they kind of look like lion's manes. There's otters, there are bears, and twinks. It's like this new breed of like, gay person. I'm just kidding. They've always been there. But I guess that's probably all I have. I only got 2 more minutes, and that's what am I going to do? 2 minutes? No, I'm just kidding. That is what I said to my ex. But yeah, it was really good to be here. I can't wait to hopefully meet you all in person someday, and maybe do another show virtually or otherwise. But thank you.
Oh my gosh, give it up for Eric Feldman. That's incredible. I'm so honored to be one of your first comedy shows. I cannot believe you went to a zoo for an open mic. That's like
that's my first one.
That's the true definition of like what an open mic is. They just didn't hide it. They were just like, it's a zoo. I literally I got open mics. I started going to open mics when I was 18, and like that as a female and also a young person, it's like that's like the worst combination of things to do at an open mic, is just exist as those things. So I'm honestly, a zoo open mic sounds incredible, much better than a bar that I used to fake ID to get into. So you guys, we have one final comic, but actually we have a mission tonight, and we are going to help her find the perfect outfit for a party. Please welcome Savannah DeSormo. Woo!
What's up? Happy 21st birthday. Oh,
thank you. I
that's amazing.
Don't drink. I don't know anything.
Me either. And me
So,
either. I also don't drink.
Yeah, and that's okay. Yeah, go for it. I
How dare you open the show with "I'm 21 and have a boyfriend"? You only get one.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm sorry. I don't want to brag. I
huge brag.
Huge brag on my end. I don't want to be.
Somebody commented Carrie vibes, and I just want to go on record to say this is a Manhattan.
Very cool. I want to know.
But I'm deep in Brooklyn. No one could find me, even if they tried.
Miranda vibes.
Yeah, exactly. Miranda towards the end of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this party? Can we hear about where are we going tonight?
So I guess it's not a party. Questlove is playing a DJ set in Brooklyn, and I'm going to dance.
Yeah, that's fun. That's actually really fun. I thought it was going to be like I was also invited to a party tonight, but it is a bunch of soccer bros standing around a table they got from
There's something to that. There's something that could be mined there. Not much, but there's something.
No, not much. That's actually super cool, though. Did you see?
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
No, yeah.
I feel like I'm looking at my reflection in this right now, and I feel like I look like I've had 5 drinks. Like I'm very flushed.
No, but
put in the comments if I look bad. Comment below if I look bad. Okay.
And absolutely do not do that, even though we're sharing our truths. You do not look bad at all. You actually look really good.
I've also been sitting down, so obviously my pants are unbuttoned. Oh,
I have a gigantic blanket on me because for some reason I'm acting like it is December right now. I'm like underneath.
December can be anything. It's 2021. Time doesn't matter. You know.
No,
Christmas in July, December in September.
Right.
And
Right.
that's
exactly.
poetry.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. So what's our story tonight? Like with our colors? Like
The
what's
story,
our
I mean, this is what I've landed on so far. I'm happy with it. You
I'm
know, it's
happy
sort of
with
just
this.
sort of jeans. It's an angel. It's a shirt with angels on it. So people know I'm a fucking angel. I had other options, but they seemed too OD. So I'm just gonna stick to the classic sort of Brooklyn girl jean crop combo.
Wait, where are you from?
I am from Louisiana originally.
Oh. I don't know anything about. You said OD, and I never hear people not from New York City say that.
Are you from New York City?
Yeah, unfortunately, I
So
am.
here's the thing. I just celebrated my 10-year anniversary here.
Oh my god!
So
Congratulations!
I am a New Yorker officially, I suppose, full on Carrie once again. Yeah, I just truly, like 10 years ago, almost to the day. I've been here. I've been here.
What's like the best lesson you've learned in like coming here and now being here for 10 years?
Oh God. That's such a big question. I haven't learned anything. No. I don't know. I feel like I also I moved here when I was 18 and I'm 28. Brave of me to really share that on a stream on the internet.
That's okay.
I feel like it's been a journey of just like finding out who I am, and just to be myself unapologetically. No, I don't know. I feel like the older I grow, the less I care about what other people think of me, which is nice. But that's not a lesson. That's just ideal growth for someone.
I
feel like the biggest. Yeah, I feel like the biggest thing that New York has given me is how to be less apologetic as a young woman, because growing up in the South, it's very encouraged, though not like overtly, very encouraged for women to take up less space by their language and their way they move their bodies and what they do with their spare time and who they date, blah, blah, blah. So I'm really happy that I've spent the last 10 years here because now I don't give a fuck. and that's sort of my story.
Gorgeous. I kind of love that. I feel like I just got some like really cool wisdom. I like, as someone who spent, like, the reason I'm in Boston is because I was like, I have to leave New York because I was. The thing is, like, high school is like intense for everyone, and it was no different. It was no different for me, and even though I was like, I live in a super cool place at the time, I was like, I have to get out of here. I can't, I have to get away from these people.
I will say, I just said it's my 10-year anniversary. I did not spend this is my first weekend. Wait, what month is it? September. I did not spend a single weekend in August in New York. I was like leaving every chance that I could get.
Yep.
So
and honestly,
maybe that's another thing I've learned about living in New York is it's sort of crucial to sort of not be here.
Right. Exactly. No, it's interesting. The reason I asked in the first place is because New York kids have a very
manic.
First of all, manic. They
I was nanny. I raised children like you.
Well, it's interesting. It's like I was raised.
I mean, not raised. I was on my phone. I was at the job.
No, and that's all a nanny needs to do. I mean, I was raised by a single mom, so I had a babysitter, and she was like my
Which neighborhood?
Mom. I grew up on the Upper West Side, but now we live in
my baby's at.
I don't know if I should say that.
Oh, okay. All the fans are gonna come and find you.
You guys, I'm just Skytown. Lower East Side.
I was in Skytown not too long ago. I hooked up with a guy that lives in Skytown. It's really gorgeous, and I had not visited since I was at NYU, so it did sort of bring me back to hooking up with NYU sophomores. So that was a really special trip
Yeah.
to memory lane for me personally.
It's a really chaotic place to live because there are so many
Couldn't
different.
navigate it if I tried.
No, you can't.
If I don't have
navigate it.
somebody sort of grabbing my hand and leading me, I don't know which way is up.
It's also like the way to
And that's
get.
everywhere I go, by the way.
I just need a person leading me by the arm.
I do need someone to hold my hand at all times, like an
No,
absolute
and
child.
that's okay. I will do that for you if you ever want to come to Stuytown. The thing is, it's so odd because like there's so many different ways to get an apartment in Stuytown, but they're all like really difficult. But then you see like someone, like I'll see people younger than me in Stuytown, and like my mom had to spend like years trying to like get like Stuytown to like win the lottery. I don't know, it's like a whole thing to get like, there. And like then I'll see people like younger than me just like cruising about, and I'm like, how? Like,
They're just college students, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I have no idea. I never lived there, but I know it's, you know, it's a popular little NYU joint.
I know.
To be clear, the guy I hooked up with is not in college. Just need to really put that into the ethers. He is my age. Yeah, he just lives there.
Did you like NYU? Like, what were the vibes?
Oh, the vibes were weird. I liked it. I feel like I was going to move here regardless. Luckily, I'm very fortunate to have been able to go there. And it got me here. And that's pretty much it.
Wait, that's actually the best review I've ever heard of NYU. That's like,
oh, really?
beautiful.
Is everyone like, it sucks?
Well, it's like, the thing is, a lot of like the really rich New York kids just go to NYU so they can like keep living in their like beautiful apartments, which like, to be fair, that makes sense, but they're also like the worst people like in like the world.
I also think it's popular right now in pop culture to hate on NYU because that's where every Netflix original, someone's going to NYU in there.
Right.
So, you know.
So like
I mean it's a great school. I'm from literally the bayou of Louisiana. I'm the first person in my family to leave the state to go to school. Like it was a big deal, and luckily my had enough to see me there. Like I feel grateful, but ultimately I did study acting. So did I get an education? Who's to know? I couldn't help but wonder. Am I dumb as shit?
I went to Performing Arts High School. I went to LaGuardia.
LaGuardia.
Oh. Yeah, and it's kind of why I'm like half toxic, half like crazy chaotic, like as a person now.
How close were you with like into Timothee's year?
I was pretty close. I was pretty close. No,
we got pretty close. Okay, you blew him.
Right. No, it is like.
No, didn't he actually? Wasn't he the one that gave everyone an STD? Is that true?
I will not speak on the rumors. But
okay, it's true.
Here's the thing. The problem with LaGuardia, I was like, at the time, guys, don't look up the articles. At the time, I went hard at LaGuardia. I was like, fuck this place. This place is a terrible school. Like, because on your first day, if you're a drama major, which is what I was,
sister.
Like, first day of school, you know, they throw you right into Meisner. And you're like 14 years old, and they're like,
and you're like, I'm scared.
Yeah, exactly, I'm scared. Exactly. They're like, go sit in the corner and tell yourself your mom just died. And you're like, I've never been before. Like, I was just like, I want to be famous. And then I got in, and then like they were like, go cry.
Will do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So scary. It's so dark. It's really so dark. And then basically, my biggest problem with it is when I started noticing that the only people to really like come out of LaGuardia liking it were like white boys, and I was like, I like saw the trend, like I saw it, and I straight up.
You're that meme of that woman doing math, like.
I was like, how do I get cast in the musical? Because at the school, like the biggest thing was the musical. and I really wanted to
Snatch.
be cast in it, but they always picked shows that were like for the men, if that makes sense. Like it was like they were picking shows that were like the women in the
And
show.
where they're like, welcome to Hollywood, babe.
Yes. Like they wanted to do, they did Les Mis, which is like there's
Sure.
one alto in that show, and like I'm not
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah.
if you aren't like a blonde soprano, like you're fucked. And I
With big tits. You gotta have big tits. At 14.
obviously I'm a character actress, so I was like, I was in the zone from Madame Thénardier, like one of those.
You were like, I finally nailed my mom dying. I'm ready for the stage.
I can do this, master of the house. I am now. But it like it's just like I don't know how. Like if you look up the alum of LaGuardia, it is like you would be shocked because so many
Huge.
actually cool famous people did come out.
Jennifer
of LaGuardia,
Aniston.
but you would never know.
Famously.
Like Nicki Minaj has famously ghosted LaGuardia because she's like, I don't respect that place. And I'm like, yes, absolutely. Like if all the cool people hate LaGuardia.
Okay.
But yeah, sorry, I don't
Put on a pillow.
I know I don't want to be toxic and be talking.
You're being
about
absolutely crazy toxic right now. I'm telling them.
No, wait. Can I tell you a secret though? My
Yes.
last month of high school, so like my senior year of high school, I published a book, and I was like,
Okay.
I was doing press for it, and in the book, I talk about being like hating LaGuardia, and the New York Post was like, "Hey, we want to do a little article about this little chapter in your book." And I was like, "That's a really cool thing." So I like do this interview, and I'm like, I'm about to be in like a newspaper, super cool. The article comes out my last month of high school, and the article is just like, Ruby Karp says LaGuardia is a piece of shit and doesn't mean anything, and that it's a cesspool of favoritism. And like it's just this like crazy, like they're like basically like it's this whole article is just like, this high schooler wants you to know never to send your kids here. And I went to school the next day. Every teacher and student was like holding the newspaper like, I'm
imagining like the scene in Mean Girls when Regina George takes the pictures, the papers of the burn book, and is like,
and it just throws it.
Bitch you
and
hate is like, they're gonna know.
And I literally like I was like, that like was not what I thought it was gonna be, but I was like, I mean, I'm right. And but I was like, so it's not a big deal. But then no one agreed with me. Everyone was like, you're a terrible person for this, and like you should be expelled.
No, I'm sure a lot of people agreed with you, but they were scared of getting scapegoated. You were the one, you were the courageous one. Can I
No, ask.
Can I sort of bond with you for a second over this? Which is that I did something quite similar in my last semester of school, or my last semester at my acting studio. It was well before I finished NYU, but they gave us a evaluation to fill out. This is not on the same level as you. I didn't write a book. I can't read.
That book, please.
So I basically said something very similar in my evaluation. I was like, there's clear favoritism. You know, there's just like implicitly like heterosexual women favor men. That happens. That's a psychological thing. So when most of your teachers are heterosexual women, who's going to be the favorite of the class? It's going to be the boys. And who gets the best material? It's going to be the boys, right? Someone commented coercive. Yeah, exactly. Coercive heterosexuality. So that's what I wrote. I did a scathing review. It was anonymous, so obviously I'm a coward. But we're just like, there's clear favoritism from the teachers. The guys got more time, better material, and I feel slighted, frankly.
Yeah. And you also, the worst part for you is that you paid money to be there. Like,
Yes.
for me, at
My
least
parents
it was
did, but yes.
like for me, it was like at least it was public school, so I couldn't be like I'm wasting my
Oh, sure.
time.
Wait, it's public school?
Yeah, no, it's a public school. So
But you
it
have
wasn't.
to, you must have to audition, right?
You have to audition to get
Oh,
in, but
okay.
it's like I didn't pay any.
Schooling is just so different in other states. Literally, like the schooling in Louisiana is so bad that the idea of a public school being like specialized in any way is sort of blowing my mind. and even producing notable alums, you know.
I mean, well, like, okay, this was like the worst part was that like there were a lot, and I'm sure you had the same thing, like there were a lot of like showcases and a lot of like opportunities that like came out of all the things that LaGuardia did, which is why I would always like say shit, because I'd be like, I literally know like 10 girls who are more talented than that guy who's just getting all this exposure. But
yeah.
The kicker was it was my final month and the article came out, and in your final month of LaGuardia they do an awards ceremony with scholarship money for all the most like dedicated students, and I am a Virgo and I try hard, so I was like by far the most, like, I stage managed shows as a drama major, even though there was a tech department. Like, I just did the most to be involved. Like, and I was like, I did it all because I wanted the scholarship money. I wanted to, like, at the very end of high school, be like, I got the award for like most dedicated. Article comes out, called into the head lady's office, and she goes, "You can forget about that award." I walked out of that.
She like has a trophy with your name on it. She's filing it.
I know. I was like, okay. And I never acted again. It's literally my Joker origin story. I tell this to people all the time. Like, honestly, it gave me everything. It is who I am. It's a part of me now.
It's so funny. But I think there's nothing better than having people to prove wrong, you know?
No, and
there's
I
power
have
in that.
So many people to avenge. Like,
so just real quick, what's the worst thing about Timothée Chalamet?
The worst thing about him? I mean, I've never met him personally.
Oh, okay. But you must know things through the grapevine.
So
he did give everyone an STI. We can all say it out loud.
I was a freshman.
It happened with. Sorry.
Yes. What were you gonna say?
It happened so the Sprouse twins went to NYU the same year as me.
Right.
And that happened with one of the Sprouse twins, where he was literally giving girls I knew HPV.
And that's
no wait, what's not HPV?
Not
sorry,
HIV.
the worst one. Herpes.
Yeah.
Everyone has HPV. That's fine.
No, that's fine. No. It was, he graduated when I had just got there. So I
got it.
We know the story. I guess like, I don't really know anything. I don't have that much tea. I just kind of know that he was like before he was even like doing the cool famous person stuff, he was the favorite. Like they were like, this is going to be, like he was the chosen one, and everyone was aware of it. Including everyone involved knew, like, I'm gonna be famous, which is cool for him.
Look, and one day we'll meet him on the red carpet.
Yeah,
and we'll say, "I heard you gave STIs to everyone."
Yep. Thank you so much.
Hey, come here. I heard you've been sleeping around, motherfucker.
You guys. Thank you so much for being here with us. It's our time. This is Savannah. You have anything you got to plug?
Oh, sure. I'm bravely on social media. That's where people can find me. I have a weekly show at a very cute ice cream shop in Brooklyn. It's on a rooftop. You get an ice cream with your ticket, or honestly, if you DM me, I'll give you a comp. And that's it.
Yay! Okay, you guys, give it up for Savannah DeSormo. And you guys, that's our show. This was so much fun. Thank you so much for tuning in and for being here. We will see you next time. Have a lovely night. And